Alright, today on Cabal Cast, we're going to be in Command & Conquer 3, Kane's Wrath, to do a 1 versus 1 video commentary today. This game is on the Members tab, and I was actually going to do a new video commentary today, but I found this one first. So it features ItchyInside playing as Random, and Alibaster, which is Worker. So I checked out ItchyInside on Shadowbrick, and it turns out he is a pallet collector. So I don't know this player very well, but I have seen him around a little bit. And then Alibaster, everybody knows who he is. It's Worker, awesome guy. One of the few people who calls me Survivic. So I don't know who started that. It was either Genia, it was either Worker, or somebody else. But yeah, Alibaster is an awesome guy. He's an awesome player. I like playing with him. And he's going to be playing as the ItchyInside. And we're going to be on Classic Tournament Rift. So let's start up on the right side here. We see this is Cyan. This is, I was going to say Alibaster, but it's not because it's ItchyInside. He's playing as a GDI faction, so he's going to be GDI Vanilla, Steel Talons, or Zocom. And he is going to be the faction Zocom, Zocom Procom, Bonus Com. And his not his partner, but his opponent is going to be Alibaster. He's playing as the regular GDI, so this is going to be a random v random. Chocolate GDI forces on the left side here, and it looks like Alibaster is going to go for 2 spikes, and one at his main and one at the bottom here. And what is ItchyInside going to do? He's going to go for 2 spikes himself. So yeah, so he's going to be hopefully fighting for the own tip spikes. Let's see if one player can get 1 tip spike each, but we'll see. So it looks like Alibaster is going to be coming in on the left side here. He's going to be throwing out a foxhole, and this is going to be perfect. So that's going to deny ItchyInside to go in this area here. So that's going to be pretty good. And it looks like Alibaster is going to get his garrisonable structure first, but so is ItchyInside. So it looks like both players are going to secure a tip spike each, which is quite good. And both players should have their war factories up. Looks like it was about the same time. Looks like Alibaster might be ahead by a couple seconds, but that doesn't matter. But looks like here comes the engineer coming from both these players here, and actually Alibaster might get the engineer inside that area. Looks like he's throwing out a foxhole, and this is going to be perfect because then he can hopefully he can use the glitch where he can shoot behind the tip spike. I'm not sure what's going to happen here, but it looks like it's going to be coming in. It loops like he's going to capture the tip spike. He will, and now the Refman squad is going to get killed off as well, which means this allows ItchyInside to going to garrison up that structure if he wanted to. And both players should have both refineries up. Yep, looks like Alibaster's ahead just by a little bit longer. And another foxhole here coming out from Alibaster. So wow, he's really keeping tabs on him, on Alibaster, on ItchyInside right now. Looks like another harvester coming out here from him as well. And it looks like, oh, fast tech to command post. Are we going to be seeing some orcas? I think we are. And a predator tech coming out here. Looks like Alibaster is going to go for some old school technique and getting an airfield, selling off the command post, and going for some orcas. Either that, orcas, or he's going to go for some. He could be going for some bloodhounds. But I think he might be just going for some orcas. Oh yeah, you can't go for bloodhounds because you don't have. Actually, I think you can go for bloodhounds because you're going to have airfields. Yeah, you don't need a command post for that. Orcas coming out, and we see a couple of power plants here, and some more harvesters should be coming out of that war factory very soon. Looks like a couple of pred tanks as well, so I think Alibaster is intent on getting some blue tib. I'm not sure what ItchyInside is doing. He's going to go for some APCs and pit bulls. So I think he may have spotted that Orca airfield. I'm not too sure, but we'll see in a couple seconds when he starts to attack that Refman squad. And the foxhole's attacking Alibaster's tip spike. Nothing too serious right there. Harvester coming in. That predator tank's being attacked by a couple of those pit bulls, and looks like Alibaster's going to be bringing his MCV in here. And I wonder what this is all about. Could be going for some fast stuff. But here comes the orcas, and they do have 4 of them. Alibaster's 4 of them. So this is going to catch ItchyInside completely off guard. He's not going to inspect this. And we also see a beacon coming down here. That is for an orca strike. So we're going to see what's going to happen here. It looks like that construction has been placed down, and some blue tips for that harvester. Here come the orcas, and the orcas are just standing still. Come on, Alibaster. There you go, buddy. You're going to destroy 3 harvesters, no problems. If your micro is correct, you should destroy 3 harvesters and damage 1 more as well. And there go 3 harvesters. Boom, boom, boom. So that was a great attack there by Alibaster, completely denying ItchyInside everything. But now he has to deal with some pit bulls. So he should deal with those pitbulls by building predator tanks, and he's going to do that by building a war factory and a power plant. No refinery. Well, I guess you don't have to build a refinery. It looks like he's going for an aggressive expansion. He wants to stop. He definitely wants to stop ItchyInside from this location, so this could be pretty good. Barracks and war factory. Obviously, they can't produce anything because his harvester production is low. It forces all off one of his harvesters at the main field, so he's going to be going for some low production. He needs more harvesters, and he's going to get some, but unfortunately, he has to defend his base for quite some time before that ever happens. And the orcas are out in the field right now because they got to deal with these pitbulls are coming in from the north here, and they're destroying a bunch of predator tanks. So now it's ItchyInside's turn to do some harvester harassment, and it looks like he will start focusing off that one harvester, and he will get destroyed. I think if he's lucky, he will get a couple more harvesters. But it looks like that predator's on a move order. He needs to do some damage to these pitbulls. I think Alibaster needs to do some damage, but here comes another beacon. It could be another Orca strike. This could be huge. The Orca strike. Oh! It did destroy a couple of some things. That was pretty good. So, will he manage to take out that harvester, get this load of green tip, and he will take it out! So Alibaster loses 3 of his own harvesters. Both players screwing each other over with the harvester harassment, man. And now ItchyInside's got 3 and 1 on that field, which is good. He needs more harvesters and refiners on this field here, which is great. He needs another 3 more to make a perfect ratio and to get his economy back on track. Both players are still holding up 2 spikes. That spike is about half health. Alibaster should probably destroy that rifleman squad out of that foxhole before it does any more heavy damage. These 4 predator tanks from Alibaster is going to go straight towards the main base here, and all there is just pitbulls. So he could do some very heavy damage. I'm not sure what the point of this MCV is doing here. I think he's going to go for a main attack here, but he doesn't have the money to do so. So I'm not sure what's going to happen here. These orcas are they're on the deck here. They finally get an airfield. They're going to be getting up more ammo. But here come the predator tanks, and they're going to be attacking those harvesters, which is good. The less harvesters, the better. So both players are on the low eco game, and these predator tanks are also taking the number on these pitbulls as well. So ItchyInside is trying to protect his harvesters, and then another beacon. Oh no, that was not a beacon. That was just teir blowing up in that refinery. So a lot more heavy predator tanks coming in here from Alibaster, and he's destroying a lot of these pitbulls. These pitbulls should not be firing against predator tanks. If you want to attack predator tanks, build some rocket squads, because pitbulls. I mean, ItchyInside, he could have used these pitbulls to attack Alibaster a little bit more and take out those that airfield with some orcas. Speaking of which, the orcas are out and about again, and they're going to be attacking more harvesters, but they wasted a rocket on that one pitbull, so that means they won't be able to take out any harvesters, any 3 harvesters. But now one of them will go down, and then 2. Oh, all those orcas were wasting rockets on those pitbulls, which is not what you need. I always put my orcas on hold fire stance, and then I just manually fire them at the harvesters, because then you won't waste rockets if you're in aggressive stance. So just a little thing to know. So there's 2 heavily damaged harvesters, which they need to be repaired because they work at half speed if they're heavily damaged. And these pitbulls are attacking the predator tanks now, and there's a lot of forces here to deal with. And I think Alibaster is going to sacrifice them. And where is that MCV? It's all the way over here. Okay, so I guess the point of that attack for Alibaster was to just do like a cheesy build, but unfortunately he got jumped himself, and he's been on 3 and 1 this entire time. So he needs more heavy eco build, and he's gonna be looking up at barracks to get some rocket squads on the map just to protect against anything that ItchyInside has. All he has is pitbulls, so these pitbulls, they could do a lot of damage to these harvesters, but they need to get out and about. And more rocket squads are being built. If you want to protect your harvesters, just build some rocket squads and just put them in line formation, like right there. Then you're set. Then you can use your pitbulls for some scouting. So this game here is just both players screwing each other over with destroying their harvesters, and now neither player knows what to do with low economy. But ItchyInside, I actually get some economy going right now. He's got 3 refineries here. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 harvesters. 3 of them are heavily damaged. They need to get towards a war factory, get repaired. So that needs to happen. But I don't think he's going to be worrying about that. Some Orca strike coming in. I'm not sure where the Orca strike was. I think he might have missed. Better come the pitbulls. And the pitbulls are going down towards this right here. They could take out the construction area, but oh, there is a barracks here, so that's going to be causing up some rocket squads. And I'm not sure if these pitbulls are going to be taken out. Yep, they're just building up more rockets, rocket squads and barracks. Those rocket squads should be able to take out those pit bulls if they're lucky, but I think Alibaster, he needs to protect his harvesters, and I think there's not enough rocket squads here. If ItchyInside is lucky, he can take out all 3 of these harvesters without having to lose too much pit bulls. But I think he will lose 1 pit bull, lose a lot of harvester, and now the harvesters are under attack. That tip spike is finally almost half health, and now another harvester goes down, and if he's lucky, he can take out that last one. Will he take out the last one? He will! Oh boy! So, Alibaster, I don't know. He's in a world of hurt right now. Because of this, he only has 1 refinery with 1 harvester at the bottom expansion. So, this is... Hey, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here. But we see here that these... actually, a couple of hammerheads here. I think that's the hammerhead of... yeah. Of Alibaster. So, he doesn't have AP ammo yet, which is unfortunate. But he's actually focusing down the low target power plants, which is quite good. You could take out that one and then force to go away. But those hammerheads do have the AP ammo, and they could potentially get some infantry forces here. But Alibaster, he's still rocking 2 spikes. Don't remember, remember. And ItchyInside as well has 1 tip spike. So both players are okay on the tip spikes. And these rocket squads here, there's a lot of rocket squads here from Alibaster. And oh no, they're just gonna get focused on immediately by those 3 hammerheads. So they got to be careful. Those hammerheads got to be careful. They don't get caught out of position and just get absolutely massacred by those rocket squads. But we'll see. Oh, a full volley coming in, and that'll take out a hammerhead. Pretty good there from these infantry forces, and the bloodhounds have been dropped down by ItchyInside, so he could do some more harassment. Those power plants in the bottom and south are prime for the taking if he's lucky. And another war factory has also been placed down by Alibaster, so he's getting his harvesters back up in order. And with the help of the tip spikes, which, by the way, that one's almost dead. He needs to save it. He needs to start repairing it. And he needs to get some forces there, because the worst thing in the world is a tip spike getting destroyed by a rifleman squad in a foxhole. That's just not a thing. Anyway, so these rifleman squads from both these players, actually, are just going to be moving in. And this tip field has been mined out completely. So with the help of the EP ammo and the ceramic armor, which, by the way, has been upgraded, is going to be loaded with some infantry, and ItchyInside is going to decimate all these infantry forces here in the corner here. So this attack might fail by Alibaster if he wants to do something, but we'll see. And another fighter is being placed up by Alibaster, so he's getting his economy back up in order, which is great to see. And that tip spike has finally been being repaired, and that's going to be money down the drain that Alibaster doesn't want to spend, but he has to because he wants to save it. And actually that construction yard already from ItchyInside is already in the top half of the map here. Would like to place the refinery a little closer, but I guess he was being attacked by something. Might have been that hammerhead, and that's why he wanted to place his construction yard prematurely. So in turn forces to place his refinery a little bit this closer to that tip field than he wanted to. But he could always have base creep. He could place a refinery there, another one there if he wanted to, which is quite good. But all those infantry forces are taking out the harvesters. What? What happened there? ItchyInside knew that they were there, and that harvesters are being destroyed. What? Are you serious, ItchyInside? You knew those missile squads were right there, unless you completely didn't see them. I don't know. He knew that the infantry forces were there, but he didn't know they were in the corner there. Oh, that was luck. I have no idea how or why ItchyInside did not see those rocket squads in the corner there. He knew they were there because he's seen them up here. I guess he anticipated them being up here or something, or there, but yeah, I don't know. He whiffed it. All those rocket squads destroyed a ton of harvesters. So now he only has 4 left in the top half of the map here. And he's got his command post back up now, so building up some AA batteries. And to be honest, AA batteries are kind of useless, to be honest, unless you have tungsten AA shells. Then they're okay, but I would just go for pit bulls and just take out those airfields or aircraft here, but with the hammerheads, because with the ceramic armor, those AA batteries are going to do absolutely nothing, in my opinion. But the slingshots will, and the slingshots are a good counter, but they're going to need to deal with these APCs that are coming in as well, and they're just going to go for some straight up watchtowers, which don't have the AP ammo yet, and the command post is going to get taken out. And I'm pretty sure Alibaster was going to go for a tech lab, I'm assuming. But those slingshots are going to push away those hammerheads, but now these APCs are attacking a couple of things, and that one Predator tank is going to chase all of them away. And that's exactly what you want to see from Alibaster. Now, with more Predator tanks on the field here from Alibaster, he could keep his base safe. And all this Tiberium has been half mined out now, so Alibaster, he could go for the blue tip because the blue tip has grown exponentially, and with this can equal to a lot of money. So 1 refinery plus 2 harvesters would be wonders for Alibaster. And he still hasn't destroyed that 1 foxhole that's taken damage on his hit spike, and he kept repairing it. That's money you don't need to spend. 1 slingshot and one Predator tank go destroy that foxhole. So there's a couple of hammerheads here. Actually, there's a lot of hammerheads here. There's, what, 3, there's 6, and there's 7. But there's a lot of APCs here, and the APC is going to be, I mean, they're okay, but they're not going to be good against Predator tanks. But then again, there's no air support here for the Predator tanks. There are now because there's slingshots here, but they don't have the tungsten. And without the tungsten, it's going to be just, you know, just poking and prodding with those slingshots. They're not doing a lot of damage. Beacon there coming in. That was definitely going to be, oh my god, don't do this. Don't do this. Get out of the beacon. Get out of the beacon. Oh, that was scary. Because just because you throw in your own beacon in the Orca Strike, it could do damage to your own forces. Just so you know. Just so you know. So 2 harvesters or refineries here. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 harvesters here, and then a couple of refineries and more barracks and getting more missile squads. If he's going to go for more missile squads, he could upgrade Tiberium field suits from the armory station, and then that'd be a good against Alibaster, who doesn't have AP ammo for his watchtowers. And another war factory coming in as well. And what's going to be happening on there? Still that foxhole still on that tip spike. But actually, yeah, there's no build rage. Actually, there's build rage from that command post. But if he can deploy one more a refiner there, that'd be pretty good for ItchyInside. But now it's going to be a full-on attack here. And with that war factory, he is destroying ItchyInside's forces here. All he has is pitbulls and APCs. He needs some Predator tanks or some heavy infantry, because with this amount of production here from Alibaster, it's going to be hard for him to stop and destroy whatever ItchyInside has, because all ItchyInside has pitbulls and APCs, and with the Predator tanks, that beats them. And oh, here come the hammerheads now, and the slingshots are all taking out the hammerheads, which are heavily damaged, and all that force has been destroyed. And actually, he doesn't have a war factory here. That's quite interesting. Now the field suits have been upgraded, and that's going to cause Alibaster to do something. He needs AP ammo. He's not upgrading it because he knows he has going to be against tip field suits. Unless he can crush him with his slingshots, that'd be pretty good. But the MCV is on the move now. He's going to go for a base push again. And these Predator tanks, they are good, but they're not good against missile squads. And with the missile squads, those slingshots, they need to start crushing, otherwise they're just going to get crushed. And the construction has been placed now. Now, there's no support for those hammerheads, so all those Predator tanks are going to be destroyed. But here comes there's 1 slingshot now, and 1 slingshot could do amazing amount of damage if they start crushing those missile squads. But Alibaster needs some watchtowers. He needs them now. He needs to watchtowers and barracks or power plants just to block them. And watchtower, good placement for watchtower. And then there's one more up here, which is quite good. But look at that. A little bit of damage from that watchtower without AP ammo is just insane. And a couple of mines as well. But now this base push here is probably gonna do some pretty good. Oh, there's a couple of rocket squads here. One of them's heroic. Did they take out that foxhole? No, they did not. So forces hell out that war factory, which is quite good. And here come more slingshots, and they're doing the crushing on those infantry. They do give a lot of armor here for the missile squads, but they're absolutely useless when up against things that can crush, i.e. slingshots. And more watchtowers here, and it's great. It's good because it's right behind this Tiberium volcano, and it's forced to ItchyInside. You have to go around that and bring into radius of that watchtower to destroy it. So that was the wrong maneuver, actually. I mean, yeah, he's going to destroy the watchtower, but then he's going to be losing a couple of his own reference squads because of it. And now that another watchtower has been placed up now, and actually, I think one of them might be heroic. I don't know. I saw some red bullets, so I'm assuming that was a heroic one, but I doubt it. I'm just seeing things. More slingshots are coming in from Alibaster, and this is plainly for just crushing the infantry squads, while the APCs and Predator tank destroy that barracks. So this low economy now, he finally placed up a refinery at that base, so that's gonna be pretty good. Get some little more economy, but unfortunately, this base here is going to be Alibaster's very, very soon. And with the Tiberian mining field completely mined out at his second expansion, this is going to be his third expansion, and we'll see if Alibaster is going to be taking advantage of this. He should, because he's building something from his construction area. I'm assuming or hoping it's a refinery, because he needs some, and he needs them now. 2 tip spikes are still rocking for Alibaster this entire map, which is quite good. That's a lot of economy that he used, and now we see the infantry flank from ItchyInside, so he could go in the backside. Finally, Alibaster has AP ammo, and now he's attacking all those refineries. So now he's going to take advantage of this field right here. So here come the infantry squads, and they're going to be right smack dab in some APCs. So this rocket squad force here, they need to take out that one APC, and they could potentially do some damage to a harvester, but if they change targets, so that's going to be the end of that. And now these watchtowers are going to focus down the rest of the refineries. That construction yard should have made a run for it a long time ago. Back to this field and this field right here, so I can get some more economy. But that construction yard was not in anywhere near to being moved. I'm not sure what the structure is. It could be a crane. I'm not sure what it is, but he needs to place it. He needs to place it now before something else happens. Because those base defenses are going to be taking out those refineries, no question about that. And now Alibaster is going to be focusing on getting some economy going, and this is going to be good for him. So I haven't seen one single tech lab. There's a tech lab, first tech lab of the game. So it was a tech lab from ItchyInside, and now he needs to build a crane. He could go for some. I'm trying to think of what he could go for. A recommender hub with a Marv. That'd be pretty good. Some Firehawks would be good too. Mammoth tanks, Juggernauts. Oh, MLG building placement. That was a misclick. 100% Alibaster. You sneaky guy. That construction being under attack. What building was that? It was a Marv. Okay, why would you place it there? Why would you place the recommender hub there? Oh, power down by Alibaster. Just going for some more Pred tanks. And, yeah, that construction area should have been on the run a long time ago. But this recommender hub, I mean, if it could pull this off, like, having a recommender hub, not having Alibaster to see it, would be amazing. And now that engineer is going to try to capture that tip spike, construction yard, just going to sell it off. No problem there. But bigger problem is that Marv is going to be coming out, and might be pretty bad for Alibaster, because the Marv assembly has been complete. Sell off that recommend hub, put a zone raider squad in there, along with Refman squad and a repair pod. Wrong location. But oof, I don't know what Alibaster is going to do. He needs amp grenades. He needs them now, because rocket squads and orcas. I mean, I guess orcas could be doing pretty good against a Marv like this, and some a beacon coming in. That's definitely some bloodhounds. Not sure which player, though. Could be ItchyInside. But now the Marv now is going to be coming in. And here comes an Orca Strike. And that was a pretty good Orca Strike. But now this Marv is going to be attacking this base here. And that's going to take out the airfield. So Alibaster needs some rocket squads ASAP right now. And hopefully to take out that Marv, because that Marv is going to be causing lots of problems for him. The Predator tanks from the left side flank here are going to be doing pretty good. Now that Marv is going to reverse move. So I guess I underestimated Alibaster's force here. I mean, yes, he has Predator tanks, and that one Zone Raider squad is going to be going in. Some upgrades are also coming in as well. At the beginning, put aside that Marv, but it's already lower than half health. So, I mean, Alibaster, that Marv needs to focus on something else and needs to get those Predator tanks to fire on that Marv, because this could be GG if ItchyInside loses his Marv, because he doesn't have any more stuff left. He sold off his tech lab just to get some more hammerheads from his airfields. So if this Marv goes down, that's going to be GG for him, I think. But those orcas are just going to be refilled, and they're going to start attacking that Marv, which can't attack air. I guess Alibaster is trying to group up his forces. Nice line formation from his Predator tanks, and hopefully to surround this Marv and take it out immediately. Those hammerheads now are not going to have nothing on those slingshots. Here come the Predator tanks now, and the reverse moving of that Marv, which already is a veteran Marv. So that's going to be pretty good. Unfortunately, he can't do anything about those orcas in the air, and these Predator tanks should be able to take out that Marv with the less fighting power. Here come the grenades, and they do have the Imp as well as the composite armor, so that's going to be pretty good. But I think it doesn't matter. The Marv is going to be destroyed. Veteran Marv comes into play, and there goes the Imp very, very late. So that's GG for that Marv, and that is GG for ItchyInside. Not too bad of a game. Lots of major mistakes from both players, but ultimately it was a good game. 25 minutes. Skip all that. Units graphed, structures, resources, and stats. Oh, Alibaster snuck through with the most resources at the end. Let's see, 167,383 to ItchyInside, and Alibaster 175,601. So Alibaster had an extra $12,000 more. All right, so there's a game on Classic Tournament Rift. My name's Cabal, and I'll see you guys next time.